CEO Prepper here with the Survivor's Edge. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'm in the car right now, battling this rush hour traffic, and I know it seems a little blurry, and believe me, that was by design. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna title this segment "Know Your Enemy," and here's the reason why I said "Know Your Enemy" is the title of this segment. All right, I can actually respect racists. I know that sounds funny as hell, but I actually respect racists. Why? Because they don't hide the fact that they are racist. They will be proud and upfront to tell you they are racist than a motherfucker. It doesn't matter what color this motherfucker is. They will tell you straight up front, I hate people for their race. I respect them, because at least they have the balls to say they are fucking racist. I don't agree with that shit at all, but I can respect it because that's their freedom of speech, that's their freedom of belief. You know, if they want to be an asshole and be, ignorant and closed-minded like that, that's on them. I can respect that. What I don't respect is what I call those covert racists. And those are those people that like to smile in your face and stab you in the back the first chance they get. Those that will smile in your face and are actually racist undercover. Those motherfuckers I don't respect. And they're self-racist too. And the reason I say know your enemy is because your enemy can look like you and be all against you. I'll give you an example of the type of people I'm talking about. This is I'm talking about those people that call themselves are black leaders. Now, I'm not saying all of them. A lot of black leaders do a lot of good. I've never actually sat there and, said, hey, I want you to be the leader of the black community. They may have actually called themselves that, and the media may have just addressed them as the leader of the black community. But for all differences aside, some of these people that call themselves the leaders of the black community are far from it. In fact, they do more to exploit the black community than they do to help it. And this is where I'll say, if they do so much for the black community, how are they getting rich off of your exploits? How are they getting rich off of exploiting the black community? And everybody likes to make excuses like, well, God's got to take care, God wants us to take care of these people. No. God wants you to take care of yourself. He will provide and take care for them by giving them their own means. They actually sit there and exploit you. And yes, I'm talking about Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and others like them. I'm talking about that so-called National Black Congressional Caucus, who will not let a black conservative or black Republican in their little clique. It's like we got a bunch of high schoolers up in Congress. I watched this Diamond and Silk testimony in Congress yesterday, and oh boy, did that piss me off. And even one of my Democrat friends said, if you're calling a congressman a coon, you are pissed. And yes, I'm pissed, because they were there to testify against Facebook and YouTube and Google's censoring of conservative videos and creators. That's what they were there for. They were there for that. These two coons, and yes, I'm saying coons on the damn committee, all they're worried about is a little red cent that these ladies, you can't even say they actually made any money, because they didn't make any money off of campaigning for Trump. They may have made money from their merchandise, which is fine, which is their right in that, but they're more concerned about how much money have you guys have made a lot of money from what. Okay, like me, these ladies were former Democrats who saw the light and switched over, and see just how hypocritical these motherfuckers are. And I don't care about cussing on my videos now, because, hey, you know what? They demonetized me, but thank God I don't count on YouTube. By the way, YouTube, you motherfuckers owe me $100. Now shut the fuck up and send me a check. But anyways, no. For them to sit there and make it about money, these ladies probably didn't make any money, really. And they're trying to say, well, the Trump campaign gave you a check for $1,200 for consulting fees. Do you know how much a political consultant actually makes on a campaign, especially a presidential campaign? $1,200 is probably what they make in a week. The White House even came out and said, hey, that was for reimbursing them for their travel expenses for coming out there to this rally. But these fucking coons that call themselves congressmen, black congressmen, they want to make it about money. And it's all about money for them. Meanwhile, they're worried about somebody making a little bit of money. Not making more than them. They're just worried about somebody making money. That should tell you who your enemy is. They're not concerned about the censoring of somebody's free speech, somebody's civil rights, which is the core of the argument. They are going for the money. Why are they so concerned about $1,200 freaking dollars of reimbursement for travel expenses? That pissed me off so bad, I actually had trouble sleeping. Because now, if you look at how people in the black community actually live under these black politicians that really don't do shit for their community. If you look at what happens in their community, they can't blame Republicans for the standard of living that the black community is under in their own constituency. But because the black community is so brainwashed and bamboozled and shanghaied into voting Democrat, they think, oh, the blacks, the Democrats do so much for the poor. I've heard that argument my entire life. Oh, the blacks do so much, or the Democrats do so much for the poor. Really? If they do so much for the poor, why the fuck is the black community still poor? That's the end of my rant for right now.